at your earliest convenience. Now, show me what you can do.
It is the Halo Infinite Podcast, episode 19. I'm one of your hosts, N64, Josh Mule. What's up, dude?
What up, man? Ready to talk some Halo.
Hell yeah. Johnny, what's going on?
What's up? It's been a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, we missed last week. So we're back. And Crawler, what's going on, baby?
Hey, how's it going? Crawler coming at you.
There you go. All right, guys, jump into our Discord. There'll be a link in the bio. There's a link in the description already. Come hang out. We wanna get to know you. We want to meet you. We want to play some Halo with you. Big team battle is what we all got to experience. But before, hey, we also do this live on YouTube, sometimes on Facebook, but mainly YouTube. So come on over to youtube.com/
Wait, Facebook's still up?
I think it's back.
Well, Twitch got hacked too, so like, YouTube or die, man. YouTube or die.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. YouTube's where it's at. So, but we're live 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. Come hang out. We'd love to see you chat with us. We see Lethal in here right now. I see a few other people are lurking. So, welcome on in, everybody. Welcome back. And we have 2 weeks of flight to talk about. Not really any more of an agenda than that tonight. We're just gonna talk about the flight, the ups, and there was some downs. So maybe let's get a couple of the ups first. So Crawler, let's start with you. What did you enjoy most about the little bit that you played? Because somebody didn't even get 10 matches in this weekend to get the emblem.
I hope I did. I'm not sure.
At least I'm not alone. At least I'm not alone on that one.
What?
I can't. You guys are fired. I'm turning the cams off.
No,
we're on a Halo podcast, right? You
this
gotta
is
play
kind.
Halo.
I guess this is kind of a down. I didn't like you need to play these in these 4-hour windows. I didn't appreciate I mean, I get why they wanted to do it in stress test, which is a positive, but I had a lot more fun in the first flight where it was just hop in, play when you want, kind of, even though it was only bots like that first flight. I appreciate that they were kind of forcing matchmaking and all that, but I kind of wish there was more that was live throughout the whole weekend. Because trying to...
I said positives.
I know.
What did you
like?
You
had to air out my dirty laundry that I only played one night pretty much.
Do you want to know why I didn't play that much? Because it was too easy. Like, these people are like, we're too good. I'm too good. I wanted people to get caught up.
You did have one of those games that we played. You were rocking the top of the leaderboard.
We went 1, 2, 3, 4 like all night.
Yeah.
Mule wasn't there, but it was me,
Crawler,
Josh, and Jedi.
I'll save it for the bad. I'll save it for the bad. I got some good, but I got some bad too.
I thought the weapons were fun. I thought the loot cave or whatever was really fun. I wish it was. I'm not quite sure. I don't know if I got enough of an understanding of it. If both loot caves are balanced, I think it's different weapons on either side, which to me is kind of a bummer. I'd like to have more symmetrical, especially when it's objective based gameplay, like somebody getting a rocket launcher and somebody else having a sniper rifle or
it was skewer and
hammer
sniper,
or something
typically.
like that. Yeah.
Skewer and sniper is what I kept. It was like, which side am I on? I hope I'm on sniper side. Nope, it's skewer. But there are benefits,
Yeah,
So
skewer. You had a clip where you just
it wasn't in the
didn't
vault.
you skewer the whole warthog and like
three
I
people
saw.
in it?
I think I was going to snipe him because I called it out as you did it. It was either a ghost or a warthog, and I just saw it like stop dead in the ground, and like the back wheels came up off the ground. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, there's some moments for sure. So
so we're looking at the B-roll right now, and I did not realize that that's an electric grenade.
mhm.
Oh,
Like,
those are
Yeah, I
annoying.
love those, dude. Those are freaking
Chains.
awesome.
So it looks awesome.
I love
Also,
I
I
love
wanna
that I
say-
hear it's annoying and I love them all in the same sentence. Like
I
that,
just-
that
dude,
means something
they're
is
so
right is
good.
going on. I love it.
I love it.
I also want to mention, like, so the Battlefield beta is now, right? It's going on
Yeah,
right
I have
now.
it downloaded. I haven't tried it out yet.
And I feel like the Halo, there's more clippable moments in Halo, and I saw a lot of awesome Halo clips, but the Battlefield clips that I've been seeing going around, they're just, your typical FPS, hit a nice snipe.
Yeah,
Halo's
this
just
is more
better for content.
It's environmental. Like I saw a clip this morning that the poster was forefront about it and said like this was made in a private match and whatever, but it was a CTF match on the big team battle map. I forget what this one's called. But he had
Fragmentation.
he had a warthog in the enemy base. He threw a sticky grenade at about probably a meter and a half behind the warthog, and then proceeded to grapple the warthog as it got shot off the base by the sticky grenade. And the big rock formation in the middle of this map, he Superman flew attached to the warthog over the middle and pretty much landed on the rock arch in front of his base and just had to walk like around the corner to get into the base. It was
Also,
done in a private match, but it was really cool.
We were playing bots in this match. Josh was actually hitting snipes. That's not real.
Hey,
Hey, he did
may-
win the poll.
Somebody
I know,
may have
that's
spent
rigged.
a
He
lot of
rigged the
time.
poll.
He rigs
rigged
that.
the
He also
poll.
lied. He said he voted for you. He never does. He says that kind of stuff, and then he votes for himself.
I totally
just-
voted for Mule.
He just makes it look like he's.
I screenshotted it, I think.
Dude, after this last, well, when I played with y'all, I have no right to talk. Yeah.
This I spent some time training with bots, just getting used to the sniper, getting used to fire it while under pressure. Here's the other thing. The majority of the reason, if you look back at my Halo 4 days, my KD is over at 2.0 because I would play big team battle. I mostly had the sniper in my hand. And this was my mode. This is what I did because I was kind of I didn't have friends to play with on Halo 4, really. There was a small community that kind of formed, a little ways through it. But this is what I did. So I was constantly running and making sure I had a sniper in my hand during these matches or the skewer. And a lot of times I would just play defense, especially on CTF, and just wipe the vehicles out when they would come towards the base. Because if everybody else is pushing, a lot of times most people were pushing. So I was kind of alone at the base, and I was having a blast just getting skewer kills, getting sniper kills. Like I could not be more excited about this game. I really, really just enjoy the gunplay. Like there's just so much about it. Like I had a great experience through this whole thing. I connected with some old friends and we played for a while. We brought in I think we had 6 to 8 people at one time, all playing at once. And it, that was a blast. So, Johnny, did you kind of say what you thought was fun? I know you were chatting a little bit there, but
I mean, so honestly, the only time I played was when me, you, Crawler, and Jedi were playing, and those matches were a blast. Like I had a lot of fun playing. Like it feels great. I just don't like betas. Like I feel like you're not really getting you're not progressing or doing anything. So
it's like eating popcorn when you want steak.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't play it. I don't play betas. Just not just Halo. I honestly probably played this one more than I typically play a beta. And yeah, it's a big team battle with all the vehicles driving around with the warthogs and there's some funny moments. It's just a blast. I can't wait until December 8th when this actually comes out. And I wonder if they're going to do I'm assuming they're going to do another flight.
I think we'll get one more.
So I've only heard I heard somebody say it. I don't know if it was a stream or I read it. I can't remember, but it was basically like this is it.
Really? That was it.
Wow,
that-
that's surprising.
For
Actually,
2 months.
But I'm not confirming. Maybe Lethal and chat can confirm. He seems to be up on this stuff. So
Well, I mean,
Um,
I want to hear Mule's take on PC, and I think because of his experience on PC, we'll see another one.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll say the good then.
yes, please.
The good is like the game feels like butter. Like it's probably the best feeling Halo game I've ever played. Just everything when it's working right feels fantastic. The shooting, the sliding, the grappling, the big team battle, the smaller arena fights that you have, everything just feels good, and it feels like Halo. Like it feels like it's an upgrade, like we've been kind of talking about these past few weeks, with the running, the sliding. You get all these new cool weapons and things like that. I love it. Absolutely love it. But this I would say these last 2 tests have been hit or miss for me. And I don't know why. The only thing I can think of is like that night when I was playing with you and Jedi and everyone else. I think Johnny wasn't there yet. Like I had so much latency in the game that I would die, and 3 seconds later, a guy would come across my screen.
Mm.
And so it was just mega frustrating because I could not fight. I couldn't fight. And it's not like I'm a bad player. Like I get like I'm probably not, I'm getting older, so I'm not going to be as quick as I was.
Just
but
stop. I've seen you play Apex.
But
Yeah.
when we play Master Chief Collection together, you're usually leading.
Yeah.
The
Like I'm
squad,
not,
so
I'm a semi above average player, right? So like I was just getting murked. I'm like, where am I dying? Who is shooting me? Like this is not some guy sitting on a hill that's shooting me with a BR, right? This is like I'm just dying randomly and I don't know what's going on. So that was like mega frustrating for me. And then I was like, okay, is it my internet? What is it? No, my internet's fine. Like what's going on? So like the next day, because you get the friend code, right? So my son's been wanting to play it. And I was like, I'll give you my friend code so you can play it on the Xbox. And he's like, hey, play with me, Dad. So I actually jumped in and played with him. Completely different experience. I don't know if it's just they up their server bandwidth or what. I had like maybe 2 games that were laggy and the rest were way better. And I was like, I got like a triple kill with the rockets because I blew up a car and then grappled and jumped over this guy and blew him up with the like. I wish I would have clipped it, dude. It was so good. I had some.
you were still playing on PC. You didn't switch over to Xbox.
No, I was playing on PC. He was on Xbox. And, just like how I'm playing with most of you guys. Like I think Crawler's the only one that plays on PC sometimes.
Yep.
So it was just like a completely different experience for me. It felt really good. Like I said, there was only a couple of games that were like really laggy or latency that I noticed. Like, okay, yeah, that guy. Like, but I think I put a clip in our Discord, like one of them where it was just a rockets guy that was like randomly appearing behind a rocket or behind a rock, and then just as I'm shooting him, he's just walking, and then I'm dead. It's like that type of stuff is what got me like frustrated, and it got me a little nervous that. Like, okay, did I make a bad choice by saying PC instead of Xbox? But like I said, overall, when things were working well, I freaking loved it, man. It was so much fun. It's just like, I don't know, like maybe it was just my internet. I don't know, but I don't think it was because I played 3 different times that weekend, and like 2 of the times it was way different and way better. So
I don't think you were alone because I was seeing a lot of stuff on the internet with glitches and lag like that going around. I'm not sure if it was only PC stuff. I mean, my experience in all of the flights has been good on the Xbox Series X. I'm not sure what it's like on the older Xboxes. I think we all play on Series X. When we play on Xbox, we don't really have that for reference.
Yeah,
but I mean, I'm pretty sure you can pretty much tell that it's optimized for Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, it runs fine on PC. It's just I really think that like when they open the floodgates for this flight, it's just it's like it's normal stuff that people experience on launches. Like where things just don't always go as planned.
Which is I'm glad we're getting it out of the way now.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Is like it kind of felt like that was it. You know, like it was just like, oh, it's normal. Like, oh, their servers are frying right now because they're trying to get more bandwidth up to support all these players. So I'm hoping that's it, because if that's it, then I have no complaints, man.
I hope it's not New World bad when it releases. I'll be waiting 14 hours to play a
Oh,
match.
it's way better now. I can get a New World immediately. So
New World's just blowing up computers now. So
only if you have the 30, what is it, 3060 or 38?
I don't know.
What's the one, Josh,
Shroud's
what
power
one are you
supply
on?
blew up today.
Yeah, I think it's if
I
you
mean,
only
he'll
have
be
a
fine.
certain
fine.
card.
I saw the Twitch leaks.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
He will be fine. Somebody posted in chat like original Xbox One was pretty bad. I played on my One S the first weekend when I was traveling. I took it with me. I didn't play a ton. I think Double Melee plagued that weekend pretty bad, and we played a little bit on at least 3. I think were all 4 of us playing. I don't remember who was all playing. I hopped in on, I think it was Sunday night. We played a little bit, but the Double Melee was an issue.
Oh yes, I forgot about the Double Melee.
They already said they're taking it. It's like it was stuck in this build. So
okay, but they said they were taking it out. Was it a planned thing that was supposed to be able to be there?
no, it was something that they discovered, but with this particular build, they couldn't take it out for the tech test.
Because it's a 2-month
It's already
build at this point.
Yeah, it's already out in the game, so don't have to worry about it. Because I was thinking the same thing.
But
But
it was hilarious. But it sucked.
It was annoying. That was due to like a melee weapon switch melee something, right? That people could people like hotkey keybind it?
Yeah, they could just spam it and then
People look like fruit ninjas, dude. They're like,
but I mean, it was easier to abuse on PC, right?
yeah, and obviously because you can set up micros and things like that. So
yeah, I mean, it wasn't it. If like with the Elite controller, it was just a matter of pressing the stick and pressing the whatever bumper you have Y set to, right? So it's just bouncing between the two. But like, I don't ever think to do it. I'm like, this isn't part of this.
Well, no, because
what is
you a
this?
dick. I mean,
because you're not a cheater, Josh.
Yeah.
You're not a cheater.
I guess not. So,
did anybody witness cheating that you could tell?
I don't think so. I didn't see anything that felt like blatant cheating, other than like, well, I mean, I couldn't tell because sometimes it was so much latency. I don't know. It's like, was that lag or was that guy cheating? He's got a lag switch, man.
yeah,
I mean, I don't think it's as bad as what like the Call of Duty Warzone hacks were working in the Call of Duty beta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
because it
so
was
I
on the
don't- I
same
don't-
anti-cheat as
Yeah.
Warzone or whatever.
So no, I mean, I don't think.
Wow, Lethal, that's brutal.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Here, all right, I'll put Lethal in his place right now. I preferred Arena to Big Team Battle.
Oh, those
I
are
don't
fighting
really
words,
like
man.
Big Team Battle. It's just, I don't know.
You
There's too
didn't-
much going on. I like the close quarter battle, the close quarter combat.
I think I played one game of Arena this last weekend. Everything else was Big Team, but it was because we most of the time I had more people to play with, and so that was that's part of what made it, it made it so much more fun. Because honestly, most of this gameplay that you're watching, we're just chatting, like
Mhm.
we're not sweating, we're just
Maybe
like,
you weren't.
well,
Yeah.
That's why you're at the bottom of the leaderboard, Josh.
I went 28-8 in that last game. I sat on that screen forever
legit.
waiting for you guys to notice. Like,
Yeah.
That's
forever.
legit.
I was like, this is going as B-roll. I'm sitting here. So, yeah, like Nate, I invited him. We were like, okay, we've got 15 minutes. Let's play before this ends. Well, him and his brother quit, and they got banned. They got for, like, I quit probably 4 times, but some people quit like once. And even if you quit like while the screen was black or something, you could get banned, and so
How? Why?
Well, that's
just-
that's a purposeful leave versus a disconnect, because doesn't this netcode has reconnect available, right?
to like bring more people
I
in.
don't know.
Yeah, I've started. I
No,
started
no,
at
no.
least-
Like on the like on that first tech test, I think all of us experienced game crash at least once, right?
Yeah.
oh,
yeah.
multiple times.
Yeah, multiple times. But like, I think you could boot back in, and we got back because we were all playing with each other a lot in that first one. We could get back into the same game with each other. I mean, and that's part of the funny part of the whole dead body sitting in the loading screen was
Yeah.
somebody either DC'd or it was having connection issues or whatever. So like, that's all. So I wonder if it's just the anti-cheat babysitter or just the whatever system they have to determine fair play. If they decided that they decide what's a quit and what's a, because a quit you wouldn't be able to get back in, but a DC you should be able to get back in. So I
Yeah.
wonder if there's some kind of difference there.
Yeah, I just remember seeing Twitter. People were like, "Yo, don't quit, even if the game is like at a black screen, or like if it's because it will count it as you like literally quitting, and there's potentially a ban there." So again, it's stuff they're going to work. That's why we do this, right? That's why they're
Yeah.
doing this, so that they can get this kind of stuff fixed. And like, but I mean, I didn't think that would be an issue. It's a beta, like I just
Yeah.
figured, they could bounce out, we could jump in and play some games, and
They're probably testing that as well because
for sure.
they don't
Yeah.
want to have the debacle of Call of Duty right
Well,
now.
I think it's still. I think the people quitting has still been an issue in MCC forever, and that's something that they've
Well, and there's
tried
no
to
reconnect
fix.
in MCC,
right.
so
Yeah.
you're just screwed. But Johnny, going back to what you said about Arena, like I enjoy some big team battle, and I really enjoyed it in like Halo 2, and some of the other iterations that we've had. But like, I'm gonna have to warm up to the 12v12. I don't know if I'm feeling that many people all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it used to be 8v8. I mean,
I feel like CTF was kind of impossible. Like there weren't many.
There were
caps
just
in those
it was
matches.
just too many people. It's kind of Call of Duty Battlefield at that point. Like Battlefield is touting the 128 players. I don't even know if I want to have 64 players in my match. Like I don't know.
Nate got stuck in a match, 8 players versus him.
But did
Lethal
you
saying
win, Nate?
MCC does have a huge problem with quitters. So, I mean, I think I immediately fell in love with this. Like, I was like, 12v12 is great because of the size of the map. And can we just talk about the map design here? Like, this feels like a classic Halo map, but there are not a ton of there's not a lot of lines of sight, right? Like, you get the sniper and it's like, you can't just sit in one spot. You've got to move. There's not going to be a ton of camping. Like, I feel like the map design here is incredible. And I feel like it fit 12. I feel like if you did this map with 8, it would be like a little bit of a ghost town almost. Like,
Yeah, it's really big if you
because
have
of
8.
how big it is. And so, I mean,
Yeah.
I think we're going to find out if they end up putting and they're going to, right? Blood Gulch and Hang 'em High and maps like that. Could you imagine Hang 'em High with 24 Spartans just go like everybody shooting across the map? The bodies would just be hitting the floor continually. It would be bonkers. So
I did like on CTF that the flag got progressively harder and harder to capture because of the location. It starts out of base at a separate third party site, and then it goes underneath your base after the enemy team has captured it once, and then it goes on top it like at the regular flag capture point for the third one, which was cool progression.
yeah, it could throw you off at times. This, if you guys are watching this poll right here, it was like we were like, no, come on. So then I tried to get it, and like, how do you melee? How do you? I was trying to figure out the different. Like, how do I just throw this up here? You know, but
Yeah, I was struggling trying to juggle it as well. Is it shoot?
I think it's
or was
down.
it-
It's-
like how
it's
you drop
Y.
the weapon, right?
It's
oh,
Y.
is it just switch
You,
weapons?
you got to look up, and then if you hit Y, you'll throw it.
Oh,
So,
gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha. So yeah, I was just trying to. The few times that I touched the flag, I was like, I gotta. How do I do this again? So, but
Josh was just
But-
camping. He's
I
hiding in
mean,
the trees.
yeah.
That's how he went 28-8.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So Lethal says they did a really good job at incentivizing picking up different weapons since they didn't do BR starts, and there were plenty of weapons on the map to switch out for starting weapons. And I think a topic let's talk about. I decided not to pick up the commando because I had a BR. Where do you guys feel the commando is at? Do you feel like it's strong enough? I've seen some tweets and some people online saying it needs to be better. At the same time,
recoil needs to be down a little bit. I
Yeah,
think.
recoil.
Well,
It's a little
I
too
actually
bouncy.
love the commando. Once you get used to that recoil, it shreds. Like you can,
It's not a viable substitute for the BR though. And I know it's not supposed to, but it has that 2x zoom, which makes you feel like you should be able to pop shots across the map a little bit. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a little too jumpy.
there was a
jumpy.
big I don't know if controversy is the right word, but there was a big push to try to get them to add BR starts.
Oh, yeah.
BR starts
see
will be
that?
it'll be a playlist. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
somebody was
they'll have
offering
Slayer
$5,000
Pro or
to a
whatever.
charity if they did BR starts.
I mean, they could put that in Mobies. They had Slayer Pro because that's what that is, right? That you
Yeah.
BR start with Slayer Pro. I think the AR is fine. The AR and Sidekick start, and
It's-
like Lethal was saying, there's a lot of options on the map itself. Like
on a map like this, I didn't struggle to find usually one or the other of Commando or BR, but on a big team battle like this, and where you're kind of just SOL if you're out in the open, off a respawn, I would prefer to have something that you can defend yourself on from a little bit further away.
Yeah, I mean, if you get the really good teams, they'll just spawn trap you. I mean, I had that happen a couple times.
So even looking at chat right now, Lethal says I use the commando basically just as much as the BR and BTB. It's a fast kill if you can land your shots. Now, really, with the commando, it's about feathering that trigger, right? It's like bap, 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 like pulling that trigger, almost like you do with the sidekick. But then Jedi, he said commando is amazing. BR felt a tad off. So, like, it's so interesting hearing the different opinions. I can tell you this: I've melted somebody way faster with the commando than I did the BR, but that's not consistent,
Yeah,
right? That's not
because I can get the perfect metal from firing from the hip with the BR, and you just get those 3 groupings 3 times in a row, and you're set.
Well, some of that might be feel too, right? Like you're just so used to the BR.
The BR does feel a little bit off. I don't know if it feels off or it's just a little bit different scoped in this game. For me, I tend to go back to firing from the hip.
Do
with
you
the
have
BR.
your scope sensitivity different than your standard?
I might. I didn't play around with it a whole lot.
That was the first thing I turned off. That and well, you guys see I'm playing with like Lady of Legend, and I think 3-bit was in here, and she was like, I'm not doing that great. Like I can't get kills. And I said, well, what's your your acceleration?
The aim
at? She's
acceleration.
Yeah,
Like, she's like,
that would-
oh, it's at 4. I said, drop it down to 1. And
Yeah,
she's
that
like,
first
yo, I'm
weekend-
getting kills now. I was
Yeah,
like,
that first
yep.
weekend it felt really weird. It's like they kept a lot of stuff from the previous, because like our rank and our progression in the battle pass or whatever stayed the same, but something happened to the controls between last build and that first weekend. Did all of you kind of notice something like that?
It did feel a little different. Like I don't know. It didn't feel as sticky. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah, I felt like I was drifting more. I wasn't hitting shots, and I did turn down the.
do you have aim assist on?
Everyone has aim assist on.
See that video going around where it just moves with the person?
Oh, that was a PC streamer that had a controller plugged into his machine. He wasn't using said controller on his machine, but the dead zones were set to a small enough area that the little minute stick drift activated, and the PC thought he was using the controller. He was AFK, and the reticle chased some bots around. That's what that was. You don't notice it that much when like you want the aim assist there because it's helping you stick with somebody that's moving around crazy. But if you're, I think it was also a little exaggerated. I don't know. Did you guys see that clip that I was describing?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I saw it. And I mean, there are times I can remember a few times during the flight that I'm getting ready to snipe somebody and somebody else runs across and it pulled me off their head. But then I ended up right as I pulled the trigger. So I ended up missing both of them. And I was like, but I mean, without aim assist, you don't hit anything, right? Like it's, you just won't. So
I remember when we were playing Halo 5 and we were just messing around trying to, kill each other. There's no aim assist against allies.
Right. Yeah.
It was horrible. It was, we couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's rough. So, I mean, it's just part of first person shooter. Like it's been there forever. So I don't know why it
says PC players want something to bitch about. I mean,
people just want to think they're like Shroud basically, and realize that how good he is, that people can't flick like he can.
You're not gonna go pro. It's not.
You can't flick like Shroud. You can't. Yeah.
Let's talk about some big, John at the beginning of the show was like, "Yo, Halo has more clippable moments," and so one of the moments for me that comes to mind, you guys can maybe think about some for yourself. It's not like anything like spectacular, right? Like, I mean, yeah, we talked about like that skewer into the warthog. That stuff's crazy. How many of you guys, like, I had somebody Spider-Man onto the Pelican as it was leaving and take them over to the other, like they Spider-Man got on top of it and then flew over to the other base. Yeah.
I don't know how they got on top of it because I man cannoned on top of one accidentally and it insta killed me.
Yeah, and see, I ran across one as it was dropping off a vehicle and had no issue. So I thought it was straight. Like, did it say killed by the Guardians? Because that would have been.
I don't remember. I hope it did. I hope it did.
I do too. So, but I mean, for me, one of the things that comes to mind is the repulsor. And like, I had like a ghost and a guy like really, really close to me. And I just hit that thing and sent them both off the cliff away from me. Like it didn't kill them. They weren't near, like they couldn't fall to their death, but like it basically just gave me a chance to get out. And it was like, yo, this is different. This is something completely new. Yeah. And like, they were also trying to cap the flag. And so as they were holding it, I just repulsed them, and they either were trying to cap or trying to grab, and then it pushed them back. And it there's just that element of like frustration and like, you don't expect it. Cause if you got hit with it at all too, you were like, whoa, why am I all of a sudden going the other way here? So.
Yep.
Any particular moments for you guys that you can think back that you're like, yo, this is, this is clippable.
I had to grapple, and I just killed somebody with a sniper headshot, and then I was grappling back to that archway you saw earlier in your clip there where you were kind of sitting with the BR. And while I was in the air, I just kind of flicked over and saw a couple of guys and tried to just take a shot, like a pot shot from the hip, and I headshotted one of them. So it was like the luckiest headshot ever. I didn't have my freaking clip, like my OBS going so I could clip it. So I was like, no, one's gonna believe me.
There's no scoping in Halo, Mule.
Dude, it was hip fire. That's what it is, man.
That's what YouTube told me. There's no scoping in Halo. I'm like, it's where it was invented. Like, what do you even like? Be gone with you, child.
Yeah.
So I had it wasn't me. I didn't do it. It was I was playing with you guys. And I think Jedi had a skewer, and all I see, he uses the skewer, and I just see the guy he kills fly across the screen. Like, it looks hilarious when he kills somebody with a skewer.
Yeah.
And-
I mean, just that first week. I think it was more that first weekend of people getting either boarded on their ghosts and then driving them off the map, and then grappling back to the surface.
yes.
I mean,
Yes.
so it's not like that is a kill, quote unquote, but like it's not your traditional, like Johnny was saying, battlefield scope in, quick scope somebody and then move on.
Yeah.
Like it's the setup, it's the execution, it's the arena in which you are, and just all of those factors come together in a perfect storm usually in Halo.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of clips out there. Like these past 2 weekends, like that's all I was seeing on Twitter for a good majority of it. It's just people hitting these clips, and I want to see more clips. So if you guys are in the Discord or want to join the Discord, you have clips, put them in there because
Heck yeah.
I love it. It gets me super excited for the game to come out, and I can't wait to see what happens with the community. You know,
Yep.
I wish they would have given us another big team battle map during this weekend.
wasn't there another map?
That's
Is
for
that not
arena.
big?
Yeah, it was arenas. Yeah, it was not. But that map is awesome, though. I like
Mhm.
that map too.
Is that
Yeah.
Behemoth? Is that one?
Yeah.
Or something?
Where you could do training.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a cool map. I think Crawler, probably your favorite was watching me get the tank stuck.
That was like the match before I joined on Big Team Battle. Josh got a scorpion drop and then managed to wedge it in between two pillars going to, you guys were doing like the hard zones or whatever, right? I don't know what it's called here. The hard point stuff. And all I could think of was Austin Powers getting the golf cart stuck in the hallway.
Yeah.
Josh didn't know what I was talking about. How long has it been since you've watched Austin Powers?
I mean, I've only seen the first one and when it came out, like probably.
Oh, that's like a meme though. Like,
I'm
that's
gonna-
not even.
yeah.
That's like a well-known meme.
I had to put the video in our admin chat so he could
Josh,
see
a meme is when there's a
Oh my gosh.
I hate it.
get off my lawn.
Yeah, I probably watched Austin Power on VHS if I'm going to be honest. So, that's how long ago it was. If I don't know for sure, but
So you're in the loot cave right now. I want to know what loot cave etiquette is. Let's talk about it. And
First come, first serve,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
how
like,
it goes.
if
Not
let's
first
talk
and
about it,
last,
Crawler.
Ricky
If
Bobby. You're
if
not
it's
first and
your-
last.
if
Let's
it's
talk
your
about
hack, if it's your hack, what
Oh,
kind of
dude,
claim do you have?
Get
to it?
out of here. You're not in there first.
Are
You're
you
getting it,
Octane?
bro.
Do you play Octane?
he was yelling at me. He was swearing at me, like, because I just ran in and grabbed all the goods, and he's like, I like died, came back, and the door opened, and he's like, "Don't you do it?" And I was like, "Ooh, look at these rockets." He's like, "Ah." I'm like, "Don't worry, I took the overshield too. I left you put it on the backside. I think there's a needler. Have fun with the needler there. You
You
know?
gotta go fast, man. You gotta go fast.
Yeah, there's no
You know what-
etiquette,
you know what
man.
gun
Like, jeez.
You know what gun I think they fixed or they buffed a bit was the Ravager. I really liked using that.
Oh,
The Ravager,
yeah.
it was bugged in the first one, so
Yeah, with
Yeah.
the AOE, like it felt really good,
Yeah.
especially if you're trying to defend
In
the
that
flag
hardpoint
or
area,
cap the
yeah.
flag. Like it was nice.
Even the shock rifle that I'm using right now, like this, if you fully land a shot, like you just melt somebody with it, you know.
Mhm.
And then there's those shock nades that we were talking about, like
Yeah.
those. I love those things, and they roll forever. Just and apparently
That's why
the
I don't like
more-
them, is because they come after you.
Right, it chased you down. But apparently, the more people you hit, the like, I don't know
The
if it's
stronger.
the stronger they get.
It
or-
chains, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
pretty. The like, just the so many moments, like you guys were saying, like there's just so many different, sniping somebody as they're going off a man cannon, or I had one guy running across the rock, like running right in front of the rock, and then just hitting him with the skewer and basically just pinning him to it. You know, it was just like, they took the 30 seconds of fun that Halo's always been about, and I feel like it gets applied to almost all of these weapons. You know what I mean? Like there's something really satisfying about like landing the like getting a perfect medal when you're using the commando or the BR, or even that shock rifle. Like it, they should give you a perfect medal every time you get a headshot with the sniper. I think, you know, like, or he hit somebody with a rocket.
Perfect.
Yeah, I just like hearing. I just like hearing his voice. You know, so
That is one of the most satisfying medals to get.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure. Nate's saying the zone mode was pretty fun. Chaotic trying to take the zones sometimes for nade kills, you know, like I enjoyed
Yeah.
that mode. I just feel like everything was moving, you know, like we were always moving, always, you know, looking for the next zone, like, and those got pretty sweaty because you were like, you hated to see B underneath the rock bridge or whatever, because you're just like, oh, it's such a nightmare to go down there. You're just like a fish in a barrel if the other
Yep.
team has it, you know. So, but I mean, the modes felt solid. Like, how many more maps do you think we're gonna get? How many different modes is this thing gonna launch with? And there's so many questions.
Where's campaign?
So many questions.
Oh my gosh. Here we go. Here we go.
You've got
It
your
is
battle
kind of.
pass.
I mean,
Let's enjoy it.
we're almost
Yeah.
officially 2 months out, or almost
Enjoy
officially
your
2 months
free
out.
battle pass. Come on,
Where
Johnny.
is it?
It's got to
Yeah.
be. I would think it's close to going gold at this point. So somebody in the editing team should be able to be putting together some footage. But I don't know.
23 maps at
Is that a
launch.
sore spot? Like, should we not talk about?
No, it's gonna be like Fortnite, man. They're just gonna release it in beta mode.
Do you want to talk about BR again? A lot of people are talking like this game's gonna die without BR.
I mean, only people that say that is because that's all they play is BR games. You know, like they don't realize that there's other games that exist that don't require BRs.
I mean,
You know.
Battlefield's not going to have a BR, and that's
I don't see that one lasting too long though.
true. I mean, it's the hotness this week that people are playing and talking about, but yeah, Halo has. That's the thing we complain about in BRs is the monotony of running from point A to point B to get in the circle. And what Josh was saying, Halo was created with the 30 seconds of fun. Like, how fun is that to say? They're going to have to find a more creative way to force you into action faster, I think, if they're going to make a BR out of Halo. Which I think would be... the lore is there. We've talked about that. I think it'd be really cool to drop in as an ODST somewhere and you figure it out. But
you'd have to have the maps shrink really fast.
Yeah.
Like really, really fast.
Well, and the thing is, too, like, you know, Keep Me Guessing says Halo isn't about BR. They will come up with something better. And that's the thing. Like, Halo was that's who Call of Duty was after. That's I would say part of the reason Call of Duty was pushed themselves so hard to get to the point that they were at is because Halo was not easy to dethrone. They did it, but it was not, you know, it wasn't easy.
It also took Call of Duty 4 iterations before they finally cracked the code.
Sure. Yeah. And so the thing is Halo, I feel like, is getting back to innovating. I mean, picking up the fusion core and launching this, like,
I totally forgot to do that.
Did you shoot it? Oh, you should have shot it.
Does it blow up bigger if you shoot it?
It's like a freaking grenade.
It's just a giant grenade, yeah.
But I mean, the grapple right now is something, yes, we've seen in other games, but I feel like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it's much better in this game than it's been in the other games that we've seen it in, like Apex and maybe some Call of Duty's had one. I can't remember, but like, I know some people, like my son was telling me, it's like Halo feels a little bit slow, and I get it. I get where people might be saying that.
They think this one feels slow.
Well, compared,
And they
he was
should play
comparing.
Master Chief Collection. There you go.
Well, yeah, exactly. He
Really
was
slowed
comparing it
down.
to like he's been playing a ton of Destiny, and so he was comparing it to that. But the thing is, if you think about the grapple, you think about the kill mechanic in this game, right? It's not just about shooting somebody in the chest like in Call of Duty. It's about that, finishing that headshot, right? Like getting that last headshot. And so it plays into the overall gameplay of like there's something satisfying about getting that headshot versus just running and gunning and hitting somebody in the chest and starting over again, like it's all part of it. But I mean, in what other game have we ever seen, a flying vehicle going through the air that you can grapple onto and then just end up flying up to it and kicking the person out? Like, it's those moments like
and having an announcer tell you what you just did. Grapple Jack.
Yeah, like there's
Call of Duty stole that.
Grapple Jack.
Yeah,
there you go.
They added that to Vanguard now.
The grapple?
No, the announcer.
The announcer? Yeah. Yeah, and I mean I have a feeling this game's going to probably it's probably going to cater to a little older demographic. I hope the younger generation gets into it and loves it as much as we do. I mean, Emil, you're playing with your kid. Like, did he give you any kind of impressions when you were done?
I mean, he said it looked awesome. He loved it. He was getting killed a lot because he wasn't used to it. He plays mostly Halo 5, so he wasn't completely used to it yet. A little bit of advice I gave him was just to slow down and check your corners more, because it is that Apex Call of Duty type gameplay where you can just go guns blazing straight in. But like in this game, you can't do that because like there's these grenades that bounce off walls and things like that can hit you. And there's some skilled players in Halo because Halo's where it started, right? And I don't think, Josh, it's going to cater to an older demographic. I just think like people just forgot that there's different types of shooters out there because all they've ever played is COD. They played COD for so long that they forgot there's other types of shooters out there. Like there's Battlefront, there's Battlefield, there's Halo, there's Apex. Like it's just a different feel. And like for me, this feels like Halo, but feels like an upgraded Halo. It doesn't feel slow to me. Like as a person that plays Apex, that's what I was worried about. Like, oh man, Apex is super quick movement because of its Titanfall feel. This is gonna feel super slow, like it was for Halo 2 and 3. But it feels great. Like I feel like everything feels great. And I don't think it's gonna cater to a larger audience, honestly, because it doesn't have, I don't know. It depends on how they're gonna do the matchmaking, but it just feels like it's got an easier window to get into, just because of the aesthetics and its Halo. So I don't know. I kind of think it's gonna do well with like the general public.
It's also free, so
yeah,
that helps.
Yeah.
That's gonna help. That should help. I mean, that should help.
Yeah.
I rewound this clip because I have no clue what happens here, but I get a double kill on the Warthog, and I wasn't like, I shot at it and then it moved. It like was out of sight, and then just
I saw that, and I'm wondering if they didn't run into a fusion coil or something, or
I have no idea because I don't think I threw a nade, so I wanted to rewind it so we could take a peek at it.
Was it red? Maybe like it's about to explode and then it explode.
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe I hit. Maybe I forgot that
probably.
mechanic.
That needs.
There,
I
so.
didn't like that. Did anybody?
I
like
liked
that?
it. I
liked running around in my dilapidated Ghost, waiting for the final shot. Like you should have to.
Yeah, see, I just turn around and then it explodes.
It must have like.
It must have been.
Yeah, it must have been
red.
Yep.
So,
some people shot at it and they were probably still in it. You damaged them enough.
I was just like, what? How did I just get a double kill? Like I wasn't even doing anything, But
yeah.
So, but I mean, I really enjoyed the vehicle play. Like that's what made it feel like Halo again. Like you go into Halo 5 and you're like, I miss my vehicles. You know, I miss
Choose a Magnum. That's all you do.
I miss this. Yeah, just choose your Magnum. So, but yeah, I mean, it. What? Let's see. Lethal says sniper positions aren't as bad as previous big team battle maps, and that's what I'm saying. There's like you can play defensively, but you're gonna be kind of bored. You know, because it's not like you can snipe all the way to the other map, like the other base, like you could in like Blood Gulch, you know, or like you
You're
at
gonna be
least have
sitting in that corner for a while.
exactly, and it's just
Yep.
not it's not enjoyable, and so, but I mean, I think like we really give a hand to 343 for bringing new weapons, not only bringing new weapons to Halo, but bringing new weapons that aren't terrible to pick up. The Commando, albeit we may
For
not
that
like it as
pulse
much as the
rifle thing.
BR. Yeah, okay, but okay, let's talk about that pulse rifle thing. I think it's one of these matches coming up. There is somebody going off with that thing, and I was like, I didn't think this was like much of a very viable weapon, but I was getting melted from from range with it even, and I was
Obviously
like,
cheating. Obviously.
I always thought it was funny because like the pulse rifle was there right at spawn, right? And like, it was always nobody took it. Nobody took
Yeah,
it. There was
no,
a pulse
yeah.
rifle and I think a BR or Commando.
Yeah.
I think nobody took the pulse rifle.
right. Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
like I said, there was a player that picked it up that was like top of the kill board, and I was just like, yo, what do they know about this that I don't, you know? Because like they were landing shots, so I'm curious about it to like be able to test it out some more. So
And they're probably gonna
Yeah.
balance it. They're probably gonna tweak it because I don't think anybody is really using that gun. They probably know that.
Yeah.
And they're probably gonna try to make it more viable.
which is
Make
great.
it a
I
little
mean,
quicker.
the other one for me was the heat wave. I was just like, I got melted
I don't
by
like
it a
that
couple
gun.
times.
Yeah,
but
doesn't
it
make
just
any
wasn't
sense.
that
I think we
enjoyable
got to
to
dial
use.
in what the range
That
is.
gun
on
is
that.
amazing. The
Okay.
heat wave.
Talk about it. Let's go. This is what is
Dude.
so awesome about this, because we have all differed on so many different things, and I think that's fantastic.
You hit a vehicle with that thing, and you will shred that vehicle with it.
Vertical or horizontal?
Either. Well, I think I had it vertical. I'm not too sure, but like horizontal, it's fantastic for crowd control, man. Like you get like 2 or 3 guys in an area, and you can just like pub stomp them, dude. It's amazing. I love it. I love it because it bounces off walls, so you're hitting like 3 guys with one shot, you know. And
Right.
that one,
Does it get stronger if it bounces?
I don't know that. I don't know that for sure. But like I aim mostly toward the top of the head, and it seems like it kills faster when I do that rather than try to get body shots.
And
So
shotgun
yeah.
distance or like what?
I know you don't have to be that close to it. Like it's a mid-range weapon as well. So it's just you just got to make sure that the spread is either horizontal if you're going long range, or excuse me, vertical, rather than horizontal. So
Yeah, I mean, I did the weapon test for it in the academy the first week or whatever, and
yeah,
it was a challenging weapon test. But maybe I need to spend a little bit more time playing around with it to try to figure out what the best scenario is for it, because it was in Bazaar or whatever down below, and I feel like not a whole lot of people would go pick it up just because it was kind of out of the way. But
Yeah.
if it'd be useful to bounce stuff around the open doors or whatever the entrances, and
yeah, I love it.
And that weapon's in the original multiplayer trailer where it's on the what's it, the power hydropower map.
Yeah.
And he bounces it off a wall to chase somebody down, which is pretty crazy.
And you know, as you know, we'll look back at this in a year, we'll be like, yo, this gun's crazy now. Like, what have they dialed in? And they're gonna keep adding stuff. That's what's another just incredible aspect of it, is that like we're gonna probably have new guns. They've got a plethora of guns that they can pull from to bring back. Like we have the pulse carbine, like we were talking about, but they could bring the regular carbine back. They could bring the needle rifle back from.
Well, this is
from
just such a
Reach.
better sandbox for a live service game than Halo 5
Yep.
was.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. So, well, we're right at that hour marker. Any other closing thoughts before we wrap up?
I hope we get more. I hope we get one last final weekend, and I hope it's go break our game, try to break our game. It's open 24/7 for this weekend.
Yeah.
I would think maybe so game comes out December 8th. I would think maybe Black Friday weekend. Well, I don't want to do that to their 343 employees.
I love how you're looking out for them. I love it.
I mean,
Yeah.
nobody deserves that when a game shits the bed and they have to go fix it on a holiday weekend.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But that's maybe the week leading up to something where a lot of people are available to play that games traditionally struggle with. Let's get that out of the way when we're not keeping score, so that when it counts, it's all solid.
Yep.
I think what they need to do is they need to keep people talking about it. So if they're gonna go dark for 2 months, it's probably gonna be that would be a struggle for launch to get people excited again.
I think, like you mentioned, I think we're in a point where they need to show off some of the campaigns. So I think that's maybe going to be where some of the hype focus comes from here in the next month or so.
And I think using MCC and the newest season with much different, like a very different look it starts October 13th. That might help keep things warm as well.
Yeah, medieval helmets and all that jazz.
Yeah, and I mean I know there's original Halo fans that are like,
oh my god.
But I think for some people that are like I mean we all know this firsthand. We've worked in like in games or been around covering games for long enough that like the moment we found out more about Halo Infinite, where'd we all go? To MCC and Halo 5, right?
Yep.
Metroid gets announced. What am I doing? I'm playing on my DS so that I can get a Metroid fix before the game drops. Any gamer can probably say, oh yeah, I've been there. Like you find out about the new COD. What do? You go play the old one. Like it brings a new level of hype. And so whatever they can do. And the beauty of it is like anybody with Game Pass can play MCC. They preserve the history of this entire franchise, like right there on your Xbox or on your PC or even on your, like, I think on your phone, you can even sit and play through with cloud now. So like that's incredible. And I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. So there we go. Chat, thank you for being here live. Remember, guys, all of our socials are Halo Infinite Podcast, and jump into our Discord. We would love to see you, and we will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Please call us at your earliest convenience. Now, show me what you can do.